Hello, everyone. All right, here we go. Podcast style again. No picture to make it easier to clean. Today we are going to work in the dining room and entryway. You're going to dust the ceiling, the light fixtures, the windowsills, get all that wonderful stuff together. I don't have a dining room. I have an entryway, but it has no windowsill. And I've already cleaned the door. So I'm going to work on something else today in my kitchen. So yes, I realize it's not in zone 1, but it needs to get done because I have to make my grocery list. So here we go with your 15-minute timer and start. All right, so why are we doing this? Well, it helps just to give a good little, hold on, I'm losing my earbuds here. Okay. A good little refresher to what we've got going on in the entryway. It makes things look nice. You know, the entryway, your front hallway, I do have those, are the first opinion somebody has of your home. Now, I know a lot of people that could care less what other people think, and that's great for you. I personally don't want to have spiders welcoming people into my home. That's my opinion. Take it, leave it. It doesn't take long. Like we said, we're doing this for 15 minutes. And then you'll be done. And how much better will you feel knowing that it's done? So just take a little dust cloth on the end of your Swiffer, run it along the walls, run it along. There we go. Now I can see what I have. Oh, cheddar cheese sauce. What I like to actually wipe down my windowsills with something damp, because to me they get a little bit cleaner. So I use like a damp cloth on my windowsills, and that works for me. You could even, if there are fingerprints going on, you could easily use a damp cloth and wipe the fingerprints off your walls. Don't scrub too hard because you don't want to take the paint off, right? Of course not. Other things to check in the entryway, because this is a fairly short mission, so make sure your shoes are all tidied up. Make sure the entryway is vacuumed or swept. You can easily use that over a couple minutes. Dining room, if you're still working on those hot spots on the dining room table, stuff like that, maybe take a couple extra minutes to do that, or you stop early. There is nothing wrong with that. Do what is called for on the 15-minute mission and stop. But also remember that if you're not ready for these missions, it's okay. I want you to do what you're ready for. So if what you're ready for is to declutter, if we're ever ready to declutter, then I want you to do that. Take 15 minutes and maybe go through your entryway and see what you need to do to declutter in there. I need some more water. You're going to get some more water with me. Because, you know, you want that feeling, and I'm not talking about now anybody coming into your home. I'm talking about you walking into your home and feeling good about it because you have a decluttered entryway. So start with that. Wipe the stuff down. Wipe the doors down. Make sure you get the windowsills, the light fixtures. Light fixtures are going to be easier if they've been off, because you don't want anything melting to your light fixtures, because lights can tend to get warm. So we want to make sure that we do our light fixtures when they are cool. We are at the 5-minute mark on the video. So let's keep going. Also, if you maybe notice a lot of cobwebs on your front porch, you could easily go out there and dust around your front porch. I know we have got a ton of spiders this year in our front trees, and they are just everywhere. But since I take care of the bugs, I'm doing nothing about getting rid of them because I would rather have spiders than bugs. Okay, make sure you're drinking your water throughout this. Make sure you are pacing yourself. We are not going for 3 hours today. This is not a crisis clean. This is a let's spend 15 minutes getting a project better than what it was. So, all right. So next week, we enter into the kitchen, which y'all know is my favorite zone. I can find things to do in here every single day to try and make my kitchen more efficient. And that, in essence, is what we're trying to do with every single zone in our home. You're trying to make it more efficient. You're trying to make it easier to find things. You're trying to make it to where you don't have to step over something to get to something else. Right? Because that's just a pain in the tuchus. So, we are working on this part for the detail clean. That is what these missions encompass. They encompass your detail cleaning. So, go through, get your detail cleaning done with me for 15 minutes, and you'll feel better. If you want to, then spend another 15 minutes and make sure that that area is decluttered. You know, because we don't want, once we get to the point of where we're able to declutter. And let me touch, did you brush your teeth, honey? Okay, I had talked to just a sec there. Getting rid of things, decluttering. Oh my goodness, that is so emotional. It's so hard. It's not easy. If it was easy, then I wouldn't have a job, people. So I definitely do not ask you to think that this is easy, because it's not, and it's hard, and it takes a lot of commitment, which is why we start slow and we work our way to get better at decluttering. And I know you're sitting here thinking that decluttering is not hard. You know, like, how can I get better at it? Or it's too hard. I'll never get better at it. What's not working? Are you in peaceful mode? You can't do it in peaceful mode. Okay. But once you get used to getting rid of things that mean nothing to you, and when we get past this whole money thing, I understand the money thing. I get the money thing. I deal with the money thing with my honey. But if we saved everything that we spent money on in our lives, we would not have a place to live. If it's not bringing you joy, if it's bringing you pain, if it's bringing you sorrow, if it's bringing you regret, that money is not worth it. If every time you look at this thing and you're going, why did I spend $40 on that? Well, how many times do you want to say that and have that taxing on your brain before that $40, I mean, it's already been spent. It's not like you're going to get it back. Even if you resell it, you're not going to get it back. So let it go. And don't even think about it for yourself. Think about it for somebody else who could really use whatever item you have. There are so many people out there that need our help because of circumstances. Now, I'm not talking about people who don't help themselves. I am talking about people who try. You know, the places that sell things for a discounted rate, pick and choose very carefully because they don't all help. Jacek, for his birthday, went and took towels to the Humane Society to help out the puppy because we replaced our towels. So that way, he was helping out somebody else. He was giving his donation. And I really think we're going to start donating some of our time at the shelter as well. Having him read to the dogs or whatever. So, but back to decluttering. There are items that we have that are not bringing us joy. They are not bringing us happiness. They are just bringing us sorrow and regret and everything like that. That's the stuff I want you to get out of the house. I don't want you to start thinking about sentimental items yet because those are harder to get rid of. You have to be ready. You have to be in a good mental state and understand what getting rid of it will mean to you before you can do that. So, how are your ceilings, your walls, your light fixtures? How are they coming? Are they looking better than when you started? Another good way to get rid of cobwebs, now that we're almost 12 minutes into the video, is a vacuum cleaner. Jacek uses his vacuum cleaners all the time to get rid of the cobwebs because they do it and then everything isn't on that rag and it's wonderful. Or you can actually save yourself some washing too. I like that. There's not a lot to talk about when it comes to dusting the light fixtures and stuff, which is why I keep going off on different tangents. You know, I guess the biggest thing is that the entryway is your welcoming mat. You know, if you don't have, well, you know, your front door, your front porch, even if it's a stoop, is your welcoming mat. That lets people know what they're walking into. Now, granted, I have met plenty of people to where the outside was no indication of the inside of their home. So, consistency, people, you know, yes, I understand it's way easier to take care of an outside of the home. We don't necessarily get a lot of sentimental stuff or find a lot of stuff for the outside of the home. And then we got the inside of the home, which can collect umpteen million things in different causes and stuff like that. So make the outside look like the inside, or how you want the inside to look. It is a process. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do it overnight, because you only appreciate something truly when you put something into it. You only get out what you put in. So that is where you really need to look at what these 15 minutes are doing for you. Going full bore, you're not going to want to work for the next 4 days. Everything is going to go back to where it was. You're going to have to start all over. That's not fun. Working in 15-minute increments, you get the stuff done. I brought up the story before. I love the story, the Aesop's fable with the crow in the water, and how the crow was flying and he was so thirsty and he stumbles upon a vase of water, and no matter what he does, he cannot get this water because it is half down. He can't knock it over. He can't push it over. You know, now had that crow have tried to stuff a huge boulder into that vase, he would, number one, not have gotten any water. And number two, it would have gone anywhere. And number three, it wouldn't have fit. But by doing little bits, working here and there and picking up the little pebbles and sticking them into the vase, he was finally able to drink whatever he wanted. And that is what the 15 minutes are, the 5 minutes are, the 2 minutes are. They are your little pebbles to help you be able to get done what you want to get done. Your water is your decluttering, and your home is the vase. So I really love that analogy. I really think it works well, you know, and you will go through so many emotions as you're doing this. But I really hope that pride is one of them, because you deserve to feel proud about what you accomplish. Your 15 minutes, your 5 minutes, your 2 minutes. Heck, getting dressed to shoes. Some days that is a huge achievement, and be proud of that. Don't look at what you're not accomplishing. Look at what you are accomplishing, and you will do wonderful. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for the last one of the week.